Hello, I'm David Lucero, BYU Academic Advisor, and we're going to talk about how GE classes can help you explore majors and some other things. First, we're going to talk about how it helps with major requirements, how you can explore majors and careers and minors, earn language certificates, and occasionally get 2 for 1. So the why of general education, I'm going to hit first because a lot of students don't understand this. First, there's a scriptural backing for this, which is pretty cool. Second, the aims of a BYU education include the idea of breadth of understanding and some key skills which you'll gain in general education. The last point is, in today's market, the general education will be a key factor in moving up or sideways in an organization, because they want to know that not just that you know one thing, but that you know how your one thing connects with and applies to everybody else's one thing, and then become much more valuable in the job field. So how do you find what GE you've already done? Yeah, go into your My BYU, right? Off the BYU homepage, go to My BYU, go to the My Map. In your My Map there, you'll see, yep, and you're going to find your progress report, not the one at the top, the one on the side. The one at the top doesn't work right now. The one on the side, My Progress Report. You go to that progress report and you'll see a list, GE and university requirements, and you'll see where it lists all the classes here. In fact, here's the classes that this person has taken that already fulfill some GE requirements. Here's where it tells you if it's complete or incomplete. Here's where it tells you that little thing just says that that was a ACT score that fulfilled it. You might see something like TRN, that means it's a transfer credit. Over here, you'll find classes that you're registered for but haven't taken yet that apply to these, okay? So that's kind of how you read your progress report to know which GE you've already done. Now, if you want to find out what the GE options are, you can go to this website. And I'm going to be using information from this website, but it'll be a slightly different format. But you can go there and you can see the same, similar things. I'm starting with American Heritage. Everyone has to take it. It's recommended your first year. We recommend it your second semester after you've taken your first year writing course. If you've already taken that, fine. We recommend it after first year writing. It's a 1-class option or a 2-class option. The 2-class option is political science, economics, and history class, any one of those 3 classes combined. I'll show you that in a moment. Why would you take 2 classes instead of 1? Well, let's say you're majoring in economics, political science, or history. That may matter to you. I mean, that might be something you have to take anyway. And so it gives you some other choices here. International relations actually requires both poli-sci and economics. So that's kind of interesting. All business majors also require economics, by the way. So, or most of them do. So American Heritage is either a 1-class option, American Heritage, or a 2-class option, a combination of those classes. Here's a different way of looking at it. 1 class or any of these 2 combinations. And of course, you can pause anytime. Global and cultural awareness, second requirement. If you're an international student, American Heritage covers this requirement. Many language classes will cover this. So if you speak a foreign language, check to see if your language class will cover this requirement. Many of these classes double count for other GE requirements. So 1 class, 2 GE requirements. 4 of them happen to double count for religion. So the ones down here double count for religion. There's also one for biology and arts right there. Up here it talks about the foreign languages, the international students, but also 2 classes that double count for social science. First year writing. Writing 150 is the class to take unless English is your second language, then you take E-Lang 150. Take it your first semester if possible, or your second. If you don't, we put a hold on your registration for the next semester. Also, some majors like pre-communications don't accept AP credit for this. The GE requires it, accepts it, but the major does not. So you'll have to take some kind of first year writing course or advanced writing course to fulfill this requirement. Advanced writing, usually you don't take it till you're a junior or the end of your sophomore year. Some majors have specific ones they want, some recommend some don't care. As you look here, you can see some majors have their own specific class listed. You will hear sometimes about, oh, take English 316 technical writing or some of these English classes. They've renamed them. They're now all writing 316 and so forth. So if you hear that and you can't find it, it's probably under writing instead of English. Quantitative reasoning, basic math. Their ACT scores cover most of this. Some classes, they are good for majors that don't require any math. For instance, Math 102, Family Finance. They're not ECAs, but they're good for those majors that do not require math. Those that do require math usually take one of those that doubles, you can see here, for Lang, or the languages of learning requirement, which we'll show you in a minute. But so you take the ACT score, or if your major requires it, you take whatever your major requires, or if your major doesn't require math, pick one of those that's more simple. Languages of learning is intermediate math or intermediate foreign language. Some majors care, some don't. Some math courses, as we just saw, double count with quantitative reasoning. Some language courses double count for global and cultural awareness, or letters even. So many of those language courses have prerequisites, however. Here's a lot, just to give an example, there's a few math courses at the top. Some of them are major specific. If you're business, you're going to take stats. If you're any social science, you're going to take stats. If you're any of the physical or life sciences, you'll likely take calculus. But again, then there's lots of different foreign language options. Just on this topic, when you look at the class and you're not sure which one to take, for instance, in Spanish 321, that's the typical return missionary class if you served overseas, immersed in the language, I should say. Notice that it says there, first class for return Spanish-speaking missionaries. Go to their website, Spanish and Portuguese Department website, and they have a little worksheet you can go through that tells you which class is best for you given the COVID situation. In Chinese, look at this one. 201 is the class for anybody, except if you're an RM, you take these two sections. If you've been an early released RM, then you take this one. And then if you served in the States and didn't speak it very much, or if you've been working your way up through the classes, you take this one, okay? Civilization 1 and 2, two separate requirements. Civ 1 is pre-1500, Civ 2 is post-1500. Some majors require certain ones or care. Most majors don't. Interesting thing here is that no Civilization 1 requirement will double for any other GE requirement, but every single Civ 2 requirement doubles for something else, either global and cultural awareness, arts, or letters. So if you look here, here's the choices. Again, if you're art history major, you're going to take that one, or history, you're taking that one. But if your major doesn't require it, take whatever you want. Down here, notice if you want to double up on arts, take one of the ones that doubles there, or letters, or global and cultural, okay? Arts, again, certain majors prefer you to take certain ones or require them. Some language certificate or other classes will count here. For instance, French, Italian, and Russian all have classes that count here and count towards the major or the minor or the language certificate. So it's very worthwhile looking into that. And 3 of them, as we talked about, double count for Civilization 2. And here's all your choices, a wide range. Those early ones are small classes, great classes, they fill up quickly. TMA 102 in Russian film, great class. A lot of people like it because you watch a lot of movies, but they've also got landscape management, flower arranging, interior design, lots of options here. Letters. Humanities majors sometimes care which one you take. Many of these double for Civ 2, as we talked about. Many count for language literature requirements for the certificate, the minor, or the major. And 3 double count for global and cultural awareness. And again, lots of choices here. Most of them you shouldn't take till after you've taken your first year writing class because they require a lot of writing and a high level of writing. You can see most of them are 200 or 300 level classes. Biology, take whatever you want. There's about a dozen choices. However, if you're any of these pre-med, pre-dental, those kind, you'll need to take either PD Bio 120 or MM Bio 121. They count for GE and they count for pre-med or those pre-health, and they count for the majors that usually go along with that. Biology 130 is, you can take that one, it'll count. It's a 4 credit hour class. It's for biology majors. It's a little more intense. Nursing and other nutrition, wellness, health promotion, all require the nutrition class for the biology requirement. And these are good general biology requirements. Biology 100 is just a little bit of animal, plant, human biology. There's nutrition we talked about, and then some on plants, environment, or you can look at your own genetic code. All good general biology classes. And here's the total gamut of choices. Physical science, most people take physical science 100. It's a little bit of chem, physics, and geology all in one. If you're a science-based major, you have to take 2 classes. So pre-med and such take Chem 105 and Physics 105. Engineering, generally Chem 105 or 111, and Physics 121 or 123. Other science majors have different requirements. Here are the choices. Again, here's the one class option, physical science. Let's see, physical science 100 right there. And then over here, you take a 2-class option if you don't take this. Any 2 out of those 3 categories, not classes, but like a chem and a physics or physics and a geology, so forth. Again, check your major or check your pre-med or pre-dental requirements to see which ones work for you. Social science, many majors have classes they want you to take here. For example, Psych 111 is the introduction to psychology. There's Econ 110 is required for economics and most business majors. There's lots of exploratory classes here. You can see some listed. And here's the total number of choices, some double counting, lots of excellent exploration opportunities here. Religion, there are 2 different requirements. You have to take 4 classes out of 4 categories. Those are at the top. Everyone has to take those. And then you have to take a total of 14 credits at BYU. Let's say you're transferring in some institute credits that counts for the Book of Mormon and New Testament. Great. You still may have to take 7 BYU religion classes while you're at BYU because they're 2 separate requirements. The total number of credits you have to take for religion might be reduced will be reduced if you transfer in a certain number of credits, like for every 15 credits roughly, then 1 class less of religion. You don't have to take a religion class every semester, and you can't take more than 2 in a given semester and have it count. Okay? Those are the options for religion. So any other questions, please give us a call, set up an appointment with an advisor. We're happy to help. Thank you very much.